Let us go. Did I take notes on, like, real world stuff? I think the only thing that's left is, well, there's this, but I think we're gonna do the force quit box for everybody first. It would be a good one to do. Just because we're gonna have to look at it inevitably anyway.
Now announcing the current casualties. Presently, there are none.
Yeah.
Please continue.
I'll actually just reply it here. That first tag, is because of the category that I've picked. Because this is a mature game, that one showed up. I can't get around that.
And D team are safe.
I can't, like, not have that selected.
You mean from back at 1330?
The other two, I think, are just
I'm pretty
because,
sure that's the moment.
well, this is an aspect of the game, obviously.
So, what
the
time is it
violence.
0003.
And
that
I
mean
do
we're in the
curse,
new
so I
year?
decided to add
The
that.
time
but
on
I
this
don't know.
watch is right? I guess so.
Whoa, but wait.
I don't
what
know
if
how
time
strictly they're
ended
gonna
up
they're
going
gonna
in
enforce
reverse?
these, because they kind of ruled
What
it
are you
out
talking about,
on
Junpei?
Twitter, like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this.
I just thought that maybe that was the case.
Yeah, nothing changes. It's just I don't know why.
So, what do we do now?
This is becoming a regular thing.
Want to play hoops?
There aren't any balls.
We can use Gab.
Junpei, you're really...
Then how about that box? Seriously, what the hell is this thing?
a force quit box.
I know that. I'm asking what exactly it's going to end.
Whatever it is, we can't do anything unless we have the password.
A password. Huh.
Yeah, I don't really have any notes.
What is it, Carlos?
I feel like I can almost remember.
What?
The password to open this box.
How do you know?
Just shut up for a second. I think the password has to be...
Oh shit. What is the password to this? Do I have a memo? No, I don't think it's that. Because it's letters. We learned about this. No. Yeah, that's the numbers are helmet.
Damn it. It's right there on the tip of my tongue.
Okay, then maybe we won't mess with this. Because it's just gonna all be the same thing. It's just gonna be, oh, do I know the password? Wait, the box is open for the other two. Maybe I should look at these.
Now announcing the current casualties. Presently, there are none. Please continue enjoying the decision game.
They're just messing with us.
Well, this is good, though. Now we know no one's died so far.
So far. You make it sound like somebody will die at some point.
Isn't that obvious? We're all human.
Oh, come on. There's no way I'm dying of old age here.
Oh, but I guess the vote at 1330 went really well.
Sounds like everyone spread the votes out.
Wait, forget that for now. Look at your bracelets.
0003?
Not exactly a Happy New Year kind of mood, is it?
Yeah, there's nothing to be happy about.
There is! The death count is 0. That's plenty to be happy over. That being said, how about a celebratory shot?
Do you need to rub it in?
Oh, that's right. You're still a minor.
That's not what I meant at all.
His head. He's got a giant metal orb on his head, remember?
Oh, that thing. Well, don't you have some sort of mouth part to open?
No. Of course I don't. If it opened, it would have done that along... It's open.
Huh?
Look, the box. The force quit box.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, because C-Team has to
Why
open
is
it.
it open?
I like how we can
What's
all
up with
look at
this
it,
weird
but
device?
I need the password because I can't open
Something's
it.
displayed on the monitor here.
It says, to execute the force quit program, the central control computer must be booted.
Central control computer?
What if... Maybe it's...
Hey! Where are you going?
I can actually do everything for this part, though. Which is kind of funny. I'm gonna end up doing it kind of out of order.
Where are we?
The map says we're in...
the quantum computer dome. The computers in here govern all the functions that run within the shelter.
Why do you know that?
I can't really tell you why, because I don't know.
What?
Anyway, I think they mean this when they say central control computer.
So, what about that thing?
Wait, I feel like I'm remembering something.
Do I mess it up on purpose, though, so I can get the password and do everything in order?
I know.
Know what?
The way you start up the system. First, we need to get the cover off. There's no way we can insert the plug if we don't.
The plug?
Please, just shh. I think the number is...
Because surely it's not the password to his head, is it? It might be the same. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna mess all these up on purpose. I may not even look at D-teams because I think I can't mess that one up.
What was it?
But maybe I can, who knows?
Come on.
No, I'll at least look at D-teams. I believe in you that you can mess it up.
Now announcing the current casualties. Presently, there are none. Please continue enjoying the decision game.
Man, Phi is so small
Hey,
compared to
excuse me,
Sigma.
but, could we maybe call a cab? We have a lost child here.
Who are you talking about?
Well, best to get her home soon. Her mother must be worried. And
You know better than anyone that I don't have one.
good God.
0003? We're in the new year now?
So it's no longer 2028, but
January 1st, 2029.
Holy shit.
Our
I heard
memories
rumbles
end
and was like, what
after
that?
we
And I
voted
opened the
at
blinds and a
14:30.
lightning bolt just goes off in the
now we're
distance.
stuck with a 10-hour blank gap.
Awesome.
Were we really asleep that whole time?
It keeps raining.
might have
It keeps
woken up
raining
several
over here.
times since
Heat,
then, but
hot weather, and
only
dry
for
air
one.
means it rains so
of the
much.
Hey, look, the box.
Box?
The Force Quit box.
Why is it open?
No idea.
There's text displayed on the monitor.
Force quit program on standby. To initiate, 2 key items must be set. How about that?
Wait, think there's more to the message.
Each is a mother's memento. A mother's memento?
Diana, does any of that ring a bell for you?
No!
Hey, what's wrong?
My head! My head! No. That can't be.
What is it?
Did you remember something?
But if that's true, then the key items we need to insert are...
What would the labels be? Oh, it's brooch and birdcage. Well. I'm glad the option was there and it wasn't forced upon me.
Huh. I wonder why
What's the matter?
I thought I remembered. But then it slipped through my fingers.
Can't believe it.
Wait. I know I can get it. Let me try again.
Thank you. Thank you.
No!
Hmm?
Oh my god. Wait, no! Please don't force my hand.
Huh.
It's not gonna let me! It's not gonna let me! Ah! Alright. Wait, I have a better one for you. I'm leaving. That's how we'll do it. It actually won't let me. That's pretty funny.
Okay, I get the whole location and time part. We were never really separated, but trapped in the same ward from the start. Time, on the other hand, was the reverse. We weren't awake and moving all at the same time, but at separate times. But so what? That just means I doubt you even more now. With this, your alibis are completely gone. If we were in the same places, but at different times? Then anyone could have done it.
Whoever killed Mira and Junpei is one of us.
Yes, exactly. The most suspicious are you two, Diana and Sigma. Though I guess alibis aren't necessary for you guys. Being fakes, you could move around since the rules wouldn't have applied to you.
Please stop! I already told you before that neither one of us are fakes.
We transported to this timeline via that device over there.
Go ahead and turn it on then.
Well,
We can't.
And why not?
after the transporter has been used once, it won't work for a while.
It takes at least 10 months for the energy to fully charge again.
Would you cut that shit out?
Oh, wait. If you use it, it won't work for 10 months? So, if it's never been used, it'll definitely run, right?
What are you plotting? Hey, this doesn't change the fact that you're still among the suspects. Well, there's no question with you. We all know you killed Akane. We saw the video footage of you doing it.
Like I said before, I wasn't the one you saw kill Akane. It was the me who was originally in this history.
Hey, asshole. Go ahead. Go ahead and spout more crap.
What about you,
I'll shoot
Counter?
It's the truth. It's the truth, I swear.
Count Eric. I can't even pronounce that.
It seems like Akane and I found Junpei's body in the pantry in this history. Junpei's killer was unknown, but Akane assumed it was me.
And that's how you lost your left hand?
I can show you the wound if you still doubt me.
So, you're saying it was all in self-defense?
You attacked Akane because she was about to kill you.
Hey, isn't that enough, Eric? Could you please put down the gun for a second?
Huh. He's different from how he was in the other history. There was something off about him then, but... Is he a different person?
Fine. Why don't you just show me this shift thing you're claiming you can do?
All right.
Wait, you're going back?
I'd like to check something before I do, though. Diana, how exactly do you use this transporter device?
But it won't work for 10 months.
I know. I'm asking if we were to use it.
Well, there are these slots. You need to put the cards in the right order. The nucleus will turn on. And then...
Eric's still having the gun trained on Carlos.
Okay, I got it. Thanks. Sorry to make you wait, Eric.
He's doing what Junpei did with door 3.
I have to save them. I need to go save Akane and Junpei.
What the hell? But they're already...
Yes, they're dead in this history. But they're still alive in the other one. So I'm going back to save them. It's something that only I can do.
I told you. Next time you talked crap, I'd up and shoot you.
Then do it.
Huh?
You heard me. Shoot me.
I told you earlier, didn't I? Our lives have to be in danger for our shift ability to manifest.
Don't worry. I won't die. Even if this body is destroyed, my consciousness will be...
Bye, Carlos.
No! Carlos!
No! No!
He did the thing. He could have pulled a Junpei. Actually, you see, Eric. Actually, I'm Santa. Oh, so this is how it would work, and then hit the buttons and jumped into the pod.
You're fucking kidding me.
What is this?
Explanations can wait. We should get going before he starts moving.
You say that, but where?
That door. There's a device on the other side. It can get us out of this mess. Let's go.
Oh, I get it now.
Huh. The 3 wards all overlapped each other. Who knew?
And I think I figured out the transporter more or less.
So, where's our destination?
It appears as if you finally arrived.
0.
0.
Asshole. Where are you?
Let me make one thing clear for you. I no longer exist in this world. In the current history, I was executed by one among you, your fellow teammate, Carlos.
What?
As such, I will be unable to answer any of your questions. You are speaking to a recording. If you are desperate for answers, I suggest finding me where I am alive. Unfortunately, in that history, our positions are reversed, and the 3 of you are dead. But if you do come, I will share vital information. I'll be waiting to meet with you.
The history when we died?
Ah, damn it! Where is that?
Could it be? I know. It's the one where we were executed.
What?
Then how the hell do we even jump to that history? We can't shift there if our bodies are already dead.
Oh, so that's it. We're going to transport.
If we pull this lever...
He's...
Penalty. Penalty. Time to exterminate.
Go ahead, Akane. Junpei.
Huh?
What are you saying?
It only works with one person in each. At least that's what Diana told me. So no matter what, we can only transport 2 people at once. What are you guys doing? Go now!
What?
I'll definitely catch up with you. I promise. Trust me.
After the transporter has been used once, it won't work for a while.
We'll hold you to it.
I promise. I've never broken one before, and I won't now.
We're counting on you, Carlos.
There they go! But the thing is it only copies them.
Are they gone? Oh man. Oh, this is bad. At this rate.
Don't give up on me, Carlos.
Oh, Maria. Is that you?
I heard you calling out, so I...
Maria! Maria!
You know I'll be waiting for you. I'll never stop waiting. So...
Yeah, you're right. There's no way I'm gonna die here. I can't die here! Guess I can't use this thing anymore. Well, wouldn't have worked for 10 months anyways, so doesn't matter. What do I do now? The place they transported to. How do I get to the history where we were executed? It's as Junpei said, my body's dead there, so I can't shift. Wait a minute. Then... What the? I don't understand. But this doesn't look good. No, wait! This isn't bad. This is actually... It's my chance.
He's gonna shift! Bye, Carlos. I guess that's the explanation as to why Akane and Junpei didn't hang out with him after. I kind of forgot that it blew up. Oh shit. Too bad he wasn't afraid of one kid. Yeah. Q.
Why? Why?
Shut up! He was trying to make me look the fool. He probably figured I wouldn't shoot. Looks like he figured wrong.
No! No!
Hey, cut that out, Eric.
No. I won't stop. Not until you're all dead.
Why?
Didn't I say already? Because one of us is the one who killed Mira. It's you, isn't it?
I told you, it's not
You're gonna have to prove it.
proof. I don't have any.
Then I'm killing you.
Wait! Please wait! I know. Maybe.
Maybe what?
Maybe if I take this helmet off, I think you'll understand then.
So, your face will prove your innocence? Fine. Take it off.
I'm gonna have to flub this up.
The number for this is... I think it's...
It forces you after, I think, 3 fails, but I'm just gonna...
Crap! I don't know!
You bastard! You're fucking with me, aren't you?
Or I mistyped because I can't see it.
Oh god.
I'll go back and fix it. True. Six 61404091. Or 091. A little help here, Diana.
What? Are you serious?
It can't be.
No!
Yeah. I'm... not human.
That makes you even more suspicious!
No, it's because I'm not human that I can't be.
What do you mean?
My blood, it's white, not red.
So what?
Remember how Mira had some skin and blood under her nails? Wait, well, I guess you wouldn't because of the memory loss, but...
No, you're right.
You ever hear of that robot law?
When I tried to revive Mira, I took a look at her.
Then you realized... I think the skin and blood is that of the killer. Before Mira died, I think she did her best to resist.
I see. I suppose you're right then. You didn't kill her. But no. It doesn't change the fact that you existing is suspicious. I mean, come on. Why is a robot here?
Well... because Zero brought me in.
What the?
Zero created me so I could support him in this game.
I knew it! Wait, Eric! Out of my way! I'm gonna kill him!
Please, just calm down, Eric!
Shut up!
If what he said is true, then he would be able to tell us who Zero is.
This scene has the most.
Do you know?
Okay, so there are choices here.
Fine. If you know, then tell me right now who the real Zero is. What's the name of the bastard who locked us up and forced us to take part in this messed up game?
Zero's name is...
Like, you can't... It is actually really clever. You can't get this right if you don't see the specific information. Actually, we'll say it's Akane. I feel like you can put in anything, though.
Oh? And your evidence?
Evidence?
Yeah. Tell me what makes you say that.
Well,
Don't tell me you randomly
I'm
picked
gonna
a
put
name.
Gab.
Bastard! I'm not gonna fall for it!
He's lost it.
Oh, screw it! I'll just kill all of you!
Oh.
I'm coming to you.
Oh, I forgot about this. Eric. Hi, Theta. What the fuck is going on? A lot of things. I'm gonna select Gab, and then I'm gonna back out and actually put the real thing. Okay? None of the actual fuck. You showed up at a great time. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna pick Gab. It's another one of those where I want him to react. It was the dog!
What the hell? Are you screwing with me? That's not funny!
Yeah, I think it's funny. But yes. One more time for the choir. Q. Please input Zero's real name. At this point in the game for a first playthrough, you really wouldn't know. You just kind of have to exhaust all names. And then you realize there's only one name you haven't tried.
You, Delta.
Delta?
I've heard that name before.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. You guys wouldn't know. Because you transported into this history.
Oh, would you stop yapping, Sean? This old man's name is Q.
That's right.
That's what he was called at DCOM.
Yeah, I called him that. And Mira, she always called this man Q, too.
Then...
So you know that game of I Spy? In every single cutscene for Q Team, typically near the end or when there's a camera at a certain angle, you can see the shadow of his wheelchair. He has always been here. Hidden. Off screen. At least specifically for Q Team.
He stood. This guy totally stood.
You're completely correct, Sean. My real name is Delta.
He spoke.
I thought you were supposed to be deaf.
Okay, and here we are. All of you will be living together here in the DCOM facility.
Why would no one acknowledge him at all? He was blind and deaf. Or at least pretending to.
His name is Q.
Anytime
obvious,
Q is
but he can't
specifically
walk.
referenced, like, oh, the leader of Q Team
What's
will be
more, he
Q,
can't see or
Mira and
hear
Eric
either.
going, are you serious?
Can't hear.
It wasn't because Q was Sean.
But then
It's
why?
because Q was an old man who couldn't take care of himself.
Strangers living together on Mars for an extended period of time?
Or
What
when
kind
the
of problems would
execution
that
went
bring?
off and Junpei
the
said
subjects
Q
figure
was
out
in that
solutions
team,
to the
he probably
resulting
had
troublesome
no idea
situations.
when he was executed. He had no idea what was going on.
That's what the experiment was trying to determine.
There's some
Like the
wording
chill
and
down
phrases when people refer to Q
is
that
it?
kind of give
Position on
away,
purpose.
but not enough
To
away,
observe how we
that they're
get
not
out.
talking about Sean.
So, you're saying it...
Was all a lie.
And your eyes.
But you can't really have a conversation with somebody who can't hear or
This
see
is-
you.
There are a large variety of security cameras in place throughout
But he
the
was just
center.
pretending, and nobody
A
knew.
feed of all the footage is fed in, and they all appear there.
The biggest giveaway,
So,
honestly,
you used
is
that to spy
in
us
the
the whole
room
time.
when you realize
Yes, I did.
Sean is
However,
the name
it is
of
limited to those
the boy.
histories where I am alive.
And it becomes apparent
Alive.
when they first throw the name Sean out
Histories?
that he was never referred to by anyone else in Q Team except as Sean.
Hey, Sigma, go take off his clothes.
Huh?
Just hurry and do it!
There is no need. This is what you wanted to see, correct?
You bastard!
Hold on, don't do it, Eric!
If you shoot, we won't be able to ask him anything.
Was it you who killed Junpei too?
No. Mira was the one who did that.
What?
She was, in a sense, a collaborator. She was a necessary element of my plan.
Terrible
But
barrel
it
control,
wasn't that
Eric.
I gave her a specific set of orders. I simply let her roam free and do as she pleased. Oh, I did exempt her from the drug injections.
Then why? Why'd you kill Mira?
She's a serial killer. The Heart Ripper. Many innocent people lost their lives because of what she's done. I only gave her her due punishment.
What are you talking about? Stop bullshitting me!
It's the truth. In another history, you and Diana and Sigma were all murdered by her.
Shut up! You're just making shit up! I will never believe you! There's no way my angelic Mira would ever...
No, Eric! Don't shoot! We haven't asked him everything yet.
Shut up! I don't care! The X door will never open again!
It'll open. Of course it will.
What?
So, should we ask him how?
Right. The old man. Delta.
That face that he's making. Sick him, Gab.
I see. I get it now.
We need this boy. I mean, Sean. He needs to get direct access to the central control computer. Is that right?
But
What?
to connect to it directly, I need to extend a cable from my neck and plug it into the console jack that's inside. But, well,
It looks like the cover is shut.
yeah. We would need to open this first.
What's the code?
Code?
Don't play dumb. The code to open the damn cover.
It's 3808.
Excuse me. Let me write this down. Air 08 E2. I appreciate the fact that the text appears when you're doing the memo. That's just low enough that you can see subtitles.
It opened.
Now we just need to extend the cord.
I don't think you would tell them the code. It's not. He's got a gun to his back, though.
Okay. It's ready. Just wait a sec. I'll open the X.
Why?
No! No! My hand just...
I have no more use for this history. There's only one thing left to do.
No! Wait! Don't...
Lightning.
Mom.
Lightning isn't believable! No, it's fine. Anyway, that happened. 2 more endings. Oh, but first, Nani the fuck? Remember the first game where the original experiments in the morphogenetic field were an experiment to see if they could control people? Anyway, reason why we're doing this again. Please input Q's name. No, but I trust you on that. Yes, the first ever Nonary game, the Nonary Project, was an experiment to see if you could control people with the morphogenetic field.
I'm really sorry.
But now that we know. That hidden fourth option?
Sean, you...
Out of all your choices, you kill him?
Addendum Forska Venuska Ova. This is yet another destiny.
Just wanted to get all the scenarios out of the way, you know? Perceptive end. I hate pretentious people. It's terrible.
Carlos isn't coming.
Wait, what? What is he doing? He promised he'd come. Maybe he's...
Don't say it.
I'm going to go check in the lounge.
Hey, Junpei!
He is upset that Carlos is not here. I mean, thinking about it, to be fair, unless it directly led to the X door being open.
What the hell is... What happened?
Carlos, like, dies the least, honestly. And when he does,
get
it's
a
not
car.
like a, oh man, where they wake up later and he's dead.
My guess is that something exploded.
Exploded?
A bomb went off in the decontamination room.
Who'd do that?
Mira and Eric is because Mira wants to kill Eric. Sigma and Diana is because of almost a whole, like,
Do you get it?
year.
D-Team set the bomb.
Oh, and that's how the ceiling collapsed in that room. But why is it now completely buried in sand?
That's not sand, Junpei,
The
I'm
ceiling
sorry.
probably gave in a little while after they escaped.
Oh, Jesus.
The history where I'm alive and you are dead. Seems you found your way here safely.
Zero.
As promised, the important...
Metaphorical sand.
First, Akane. The history you find yourself in is that one.
What? No!
The first Radical 6 patients have left. They should reach the hospital shortly. The pandemic is unavoidable now. The virus is spreading all over the world.
Bonding via life or death situations.
It has to be.
No, it is the truth.
I guess you could say.
Soul's plan is progressing smoothly.
Then that's gotta mean you're that cult's.
Correct. I am the founder of Free the Soul. Many call me brother.
You bastard! Thanks to your shitty dream, 6 billion people will.
Don't be mistaken. If we do nothing now and let time pass, an even worse future awaits. A religious fanatic will trigger a nuclear war with a terrorist attack. 8 billion. All of mankind will perish. Unfortunately, the fanatic's identity is unknown.
That never happens to you. People don't bond when experiencing traumatic events together.
People.
Why?
By doing so, I will have a 75% chance that they are among the virus's casualties.
Now we're learning why Radical 6 was a thing that happened.
History has proven me right.
So, to kill one person, you'll sacrifice 6 billion?
It is to save 2 billion people.
And that's how you used Radical 6.
You don't believe that's the ethical choice?
What? Of course I don't!
Is that all you think human lives are worth? Do you feel nothing as you kill off a whole bunch of innocent people?
But that's just a way of life. Sinner or innocent, people will die or be killed in an unjust manner. Like your parents, Akane Kurashiki.
What are you talking about?
Your father was sentenced to death for a crime he didn't commit. In grief, your mother killed herself.
No, that's wrong! My parents were involved in an accident.
You were likely told that, but it is a lie. What I shared just now is the truth.
No!
Think about it. If your father hadn't been falsely accused, how different your life would have been. You'd never have been involved in that child abduction case 10 years ago. And clearly, the incident a year ago would not have happened either. And of course, Junpei. The path you walked during your life would have been completely different too. The smallest things have a drastic effect on a person's life. As I said, that's just the way it is.
But that doesn't mean that you have free reign to just mess with the lives of people like that.
Only God decides who lives and who dies.
Oh, to think you, of all people, would invoke God. Very well. I will let you see the true God that we believe in. You, of course, see the clothing laying on the bar counter. The evening of April 12th, 2029. Wear those and take part in our ceremony. There, I shall tell you the secrets of the world.
There's no way I'd ever go.
No, you will most definitely come. Well, that is, if you manage to escape the shelter.
Just watch. I'll get out soon.
Of course we will. Diana's bringing back a rescue team.
Do they even have any reason to believe that the two of you are alive? If there is no rescue, then the remainder of your lives will carry out at this same
Imagine Sigma going back to the future after failing and going up to Kurashiki, to Akane, old woman Akane in VLR, and going,
founder of Free the Soul occurred.
"How are you alive?"
You were born here?
Yes, but raised elsewhere. The moment we were born, we were transferred to the past via the transporter. Back to April 1904.
1904?
You're right. Wait, shit.
Wait. Did you just say we?
Yes,
Do you mean your little brother?
it's true. I had a younger brother, but we were...
So left was never blood related to brother.
He was the son of the couple who raised me.
Then...
Let me clarify. My we is referring to my younger sister. You know this person very well. It appears I've spoken too long. But I will impart to you something very important. The spell to open Pandora's box. We were Odier.
VOD.
Remember these words well. It will come in handy someday.
We wait. Odier?
It's Latin. Live for today.
I'm so ready. Come on.
I wonder what's happened to Carlos.
Maybe he won't be coming.
Why would you say that?
Maybe nobody's going to come to save us. Like Zero said, Diana and the others probably don't know we're alive in here. It'll just be us two, in this place, forever.
No, I think there's someone else. Or maybe more like something.
Gab!
Gab!
He lives! We're gonna finish all the endings tonight? Yes.
Oh, I'm glad you're safe.
There's no more
Hey,
escape rooms.
look,
There's literally just
isn't there
dialogue
something in
and
his
then
collar?
decisions.
This is... anagram?
Oh, yeah, that's when you rearrange the letters of a word or phrase.
Oh my Gab.
But we need to know the sentence to work from.
The original sentence, huh? Oh, hey, Akane, do you remember the Ward C Lounge?
Yes.
What did it say on the wall?
I think it was... let the game end where I treat two.
Can we make any other phrases using all the letters from that?
Well, it's not perfect, but together with me, we are 10. But if that's what it is, there are leftover letters.
How many?
5 extra letters. L, D, A, E, T.
Delta.
The thing is, I don't know what word I could make out of them.
Delta.
But what could together with me, we are 10 mean?
It could be saying, if you're with me, then there are 10 of us.
10?
I mean, there are plenty of other ways to read. Where are you going, Junpei?
Q's not up on the board.
Hey, why isn't Q on this board?
Why? Well, because he's not dead.
Wait, He's still alive?
I think so.
Huh. Q is alive. We are 10. What? No.
Oh my god, the door blew up.
Sorry about the wait. Well, I guess I was the one who waited. I promised, didn't I? That I'd come back for you.
Wait! Are you...
Hey, Junpei, Akane, I'm here to save you.
Hi, Carlos! How'd you get outside? Don't worry, the game will explain. It's alright, Jumpy. The credits happened first this time.
So, let me get this straight. You shifted to the history where you pushed the yellow button.
I can't leave with you guys.
Huh?
I made a promise in another history that I'd definitely save you two.
Then you went back in time 10 months by activating the unused transporter?
So you guys would be able to transport to this history. I needed 10 months to charge the device again after I used it.
And then you just waited for a long time.
That's right.
You didn't think of stopping Zero's plan?
If I did that, then I couldn't have met you guys, right?
Hello, Val.
That was one hell of a thing you did.
They're mad at him. I feel bad.
Do you know what happened because of you? Mira and Eric died. Sigma lost his arms and an eye, and he's in the hospital!
That's not all. Zero said the first Radical 6 patients have left.
It's too late. We can't stop the spread of the virus.
What happened today is going to result in 6
Val, what are you
billion
doing?
people.
Oh, there's a fly. Carlos. His face.
This is the end. I have to start over from the beginning.
Start over?
We'll start now and spend the next 45 years preparing for my plan.
You have a plan?
In 45 years, I'm going to call Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the future. We must do it, or we can't save all those people.
Huh?
I'll help you, Akane. Let me join Crash Keys, or whatever you're calling it.
I can't do that.
Why?
I'm going to need you to forget everything you know, Junpei.
What?
I'm really sorry.
Hey, Akane!
No, you can't be. Why?
Junpei, I will never forget you. But please, forget me. You need to forget.
No, I don't want to. I'll never forget. No matter what happens, I won't. I won't.
And I'll call it Virtue's last reward.
Akane, why?
So that explains why Tenmyoji didn't know anything about the
I do
plan.
what I must to accomplish my goals. That is just how I am. Even if that means I must lose my life, I swear I'll make the AB project a success.
Now imagine my surprise where I'm like, I'm sorry, the what project? Because I played this game first. Alright, one thing. You've played an AB game already. One thing, moving this over here. The credits, post-credits thing for Virtue's Last Reward, she's dressed like this because she just got back from that meeting that Zero called her to go to on April 12th, 2029. This, and this is more of a personal thing that I thought was nice, this image is way too small, what the fuck. The old woman is still wearing the ring. It kind of makes it a little more bittersweet, because it's not just Tenmyoji saying, I've gotten over her, I have a life without her, I want to go back home with Quark. It's also now Akane's perspective of, he did what she wished for him to do at the end of Zero Time Dilemma, but she never forgot him, and she kept the ring on her right hand.
What?
True. Okay, I had no spaces.
What the hell is this?
It looks like a device of some kind.
Hey, look!
Viva hoodie.
Something's appearing on the monitor.
To execute the Force Quit program, the central control computer must be booted.
Central control computer?
Wait, did we ever see something like that in here?
If there isn't, then we're out of luck.
Dead end, huh? Hey, Carlos, how did you know that password?
I'm not sure.
What?
I don't know how I knew.
What?
This is just a guess, but Carlos, did you possibly shift from another timeline?
No.
Wait, shift?
Shift. Oh, so it was like that then.
Hey, come on, you're the only one to figure it.
Sorry, just could you be quiet for a second? I need to think about something.
He knows better. Last time he interrupted somebody trying to think about something, he didn't get anything about Ice 9. Or rather, Alice.
You've been sitting here for an hour, Carlos. Could you maybe share what you've been thinking about?
Do you want to know?
Yes.
I was thinking about you.
I forgot about this interaction!
Well, to be blunt, really hot.
I love
We
C-Team
may
so
never
much.
manage to make our way out of the shelter. You know what that means.
Carlos.
I'm not sure.
What the hell are you getting at, you asshole?
Oh look, a Neanderthal is trying to block my way.
What? Wait, what the hell?
Carlos!
This is so fucking weird. How does Carlos get them in on the plan without informing Delta anything? Let me just punch my friend. What the fuck? Off I go. Goodbye. Knowing what happens in here is just great.
What the hell are you doing, Carlos?
I suppose I couldn't control myself.
It was just a prank, bro.
What? Is that all you got?
What did you say?
That's the extent of your feelings for Akane? Huh?
Damn you!
Oh.
That was a good one.
Oh my god, Carlos,
I
shut
can
up.
tell you're finally
Shut
fired
up.
over this.
I know why he's doing this and I know what's gonna happen, but the way he sounds. You're taunting. Your taunting sounds like something else, bro.
Carlos, are you alright?
I'm doing fantastic.
That was nothing. Anyway. Hey, man. What do you say to a drink?
What?
What?
To clean the slate between us. Come on. This one will work fine.
He's a terrible actor.
I blame you for this, Junpei. My hands are all shaky after
Your
brutal
punches.
Sorry, but could
There's
you guys
such a
help me
fucking
clean this
meme. Favorite team, by the way. Favorite team. Let's go pick up the broken glass, guys. Thanks for picking up the broken glass. Thanks.
Sure.
Guys, it's almost time.
You're right.
When next you wake, know you will have
Sorry.
of these past 90 minutes.
That was incredibly amusing.
Pleasant dreams.
Oh. No, are we really not gonna talk about what the fuck you just did, Carlos? It all will be revealed. Okay, next step. Next step. What the? Just like, yeah, yes, I have a plan. Doesn't say anything, just punches your friend. Yes. And I also laughed. What was the code again? It's the red one. 3808 38080832. Then how did I forget it?
It opened!
Now all we have to do is insert the plug here.
Excuse me, Mira,
So
I have to take
where
off
is this
my
plug?
head. Eric, you already
I
saw me
think-
do this. And he's like, what?
If we input the right numbers here.
What?
What?
Wait. What do numbers for your head have anything to do with the plug for this?
Just trust me, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I should just do it. You might get it then.
Stop avoiding the question!
Do you even know what should go there?
The numbers are,
Okay. So I actually didn't have the information for this one. Now it's 61404091.
Are you kidding me? You're
A robot, yes. It's okay, Eric, it's fine. You don't have a gun in this timeline.
Eric, it's been an hour. Would you just get used to it already?
How can I? I mean, it's a robot! For real? Could you maybe do something about it?
is this better?
Yeah. Now the shape brings out your eyes.
Eric!
So this doesn't freak you out or anything at all?
I could say the same to you.
Well,
I'm a serial
not
killer.
much phases me. I'm just not that type. You could have been a Martian for all I care.
Yeah, I was surprised when I first found out. I thought my heart was in my throat.
You don't have a heart.
Hey, hold on. Did you say when you first found out?
I meant it happened to me before. In the past. In another history.
Another?
I remembered everything. When I saw what I looked like earlier.
Hi, Delta!
You see, my brain isn't located in this head. My thought center is there, inside the quantum computer. That is where I think, perceive, and send command signals to this body. For example, when I raise my hand like this, it's simply receiving a command. Just like a remote-controlled toy. Did you know? A quantum state is one where all possibilities overlap and coexist. This quantum computer, then, is able to use this state and run, say, simulations A, B, and C simultaneously. Basically, my brain is an infinite number of worlds and possibilities. So I can use that framework and, well, jump between other histories.
Oh, there's no way.
That I could do that? But it's possible that you two might be undergoing the same thing.
There's a theory. Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain. It's called quantum mind. It's more or less suggesting a human brain is a form of quantum computer. If a specific set of conditions are met, then you too can.
Jump to other histories?
This sounds like crazy talk.
You don't believe me?
Of course not!
Oh, I don't blame you. I guess I should explain everything then.
Please? Start at the beginning.
Before I begin, I need to do one little thing.
I need to take my head off again. It would help if you wouldn't let it roll away. What if it rolled off the side there? He's just like, Eric, can you crawl down there and grab my head? I kinda need it.
Something.
Nothing changed. Huh.
That we can see. But it looks like the message changed.
Yes, I started up the system earlier.
Another cue in,
It says force quit program on standby. To initiate, 2 key items.
a really
must
good
be set.
starting thing,
What does that
like
even
right
mean?
at the beginning, when they
Wait,
first
it
wake up
seems
in
like
the
there's
room
something
before
else.
the vote,
The
they
key
all
items
see this
are-
force quit box.
A mother's
And
mementos?
Sigma and
I wonder
Carlos,
what those could be.
C team and D team, make it a point to note that the box is really heavy. Sigma can
So,
barely like
This
move
is
it. He can't
saying
even pick it
we
up.
need to find them?
But when you get to
Does
Q
that mean
team,
they're
when
hidden
Sean picks it
around
up, he
here
holds it
somewhere?
like it's a cardboard
Even
box
if
with
that's
nothing in it.
true, I don't think we have the time.
Damn. Guess our time's up.
Takes an hour to cool down. But yeah, that's your like first suspicious thing, and most people like don't immediately catch it, obviously.
Now you will have no memory of these.
Because so much dialogue happens between them finding the box and interacting with it, and then all the talk about the vote, and then everything that leads up to ultimately making the vote, that it's an easy piece of information to just toss out as just like, oh yeah, that's something that's for later, and kind of like forget the fact that, wait, why the hell did Sigma and Carlos struggle to pick up the box, yet Sean carried it like it weighed nothing? There's a big difference in visible body mass between Sigma and Sean. We don't know they're the same. Birdcage, right? It's specifically birdcage. Right? Oh, not birdcage. It was Music Box. We don't know they're the same box when we saw that. That's true. At that point in the game, you would assume that they were different boxes. Possibly. That's another thing, is that they're under the assumption that we can be put under the assumption that the contents of what's inside the box is different based on each team, and not they're all the same box.
Diana?
That would be another way to potentially dismiss it.
What's
So Fi.
Oh, Fi!
What? No. Diana, you're...
Sigma!
They all...
You don't have to say
Yeah, they all learned at the same time.
This is enough for now.
And that's it. Let's go. Ah! Blinding.
I knew it.
He threw the
Looks
TV
like
at
the
the
memories
wall.
we regained are true after all.
The
But
three
my
wards
hoops!
were all in the same place. Then
Yeah. Hi.
Carlos!
He's beaten up still.
Akane, Junpei.
and Mira and Eric.
And you're Sean, right?
Carlos, what happened?
Proof of friendship.
Anyway, what are you guys doing here?
According to the schedule, C team and Q team should both still be asleep.
We took a page out of your book and did what you did. We used the cards to keep the bracelet needle from injecting us.
So, does that mean?
Yeah, I remember everything.
I do too. Junpei and I as well.
Over the past few hours, we got back the memories we forgot.
Well, to be more accurate, it's more like we accessed the morphogenetic field and downloaded all of them.
Then you have the other history's memories too?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry for killing you guys in some of the votes.
You're like us.
But why?
Hold up. Eric and I are different.
Yeah. We didn't gain memories from other histories.
Then neither of you got injected?
No, we're the same as Carlos and the others.
I told them. Maybe I'll start from the beginning? First, so I could run the program in the Force Quit box, I accessed the central control computer. Then, I briefly turned off the communication network. That way, I stopped the surveillance cameras from sending any data to Zero. I didn't want Zero to catch on to what we were doing.
So when everything went
And
staticky.
that's when Sean let us in on the truth of what's going on here.
We went over to the transporter room and picked up 2 cards. Before the injection, we each slipped one between our wrist and bracelet.
Okay. Now you two make sense. But what about you, Sean?
Well, you probably already know, but I'm a robot. Being injected does nothing to me.
Then
Every time the time limit approached, I was forced to go into sleep mode. Then my memories from the previous 90 minutes were deleted. I didn't want that to happen, so... You remember me saying I accessed the computer? Well, I hacked my own system too.
He said he managed to cancel the forced sleep and delete functions.
What about C-Team then?
We couldn't interrupt the surveillance cameras, so we had to be sneaky instead.
First, Carlos pushed me down and climbed on top of me.
He what?
It was just an act. I was only pretending to do it.
Carlos used that moment to whisper in my ear. He said to go to the transporter room and grab the cards in there.
But if I just let her go like that, it looks suspicious. So Junpei and I stayed behind to get Zero's undivided attention. I casually invited Junpei to the power room.
In which then he beat the shit out of me.
You can see the result of our conversation.
It was lovely.
You should have told me what was up.
If I had, then Zero would have figured it out. You look like you'd be a crap actor.
Wrong. He's a great actor. Watch 999. He did a pretty good job, to be fair. Well, maybe not. He kind of sounded like he had the shittiest grin of all time the entire time he was tricking Ace. He sounded so smug. But he is a good actor, because he managed to fool Ace and a number of other people.
What all happened in the other histories, right?
You're selling Junpei short, man.
Even you, Mira and Eric?
Actually, Ace,
Didn't Eric say so
I'm
earlier?
Santa.
Sean told us everything.
But wait.
And the number 3 door, yeah. The number 3 door was pretty clever.
Why what?
Why do we know about the other histories?
Well, that's probably...
You want to know?
Did you forget someone?
Q?
I know who killed Shoko
Or
Nadami.
maybe it's actually Zero.
You are free to call me by my given name, which is Delta. There's no need to look so threatening. You were the one who named me, Diana. It doesn't matter. I shall answer your question. Carlos, Akane, Junpei, Diana, Phi, and Sigma. All 6 of you know that you are shifters, correct? Think back on your path to this very moment. Did you arrive in this history by following a normal flow of time? No.
I was being
Of
controlled
course
when I
you
came
did.
up with and wrote that name.
You jumped in
Honestly,
from another history using your ability.
I don't know about that, but at the
wasn't
same
just
time,
this
that
once.
could have been totally possible.
You
Like,
never
what if she was
shifted
like, I
back
think I've come up with the
for
perfect name,
men.
Sigma. His name
From one point
is
in
Lewis.
space-time to another.
And future past Delta is like,
Took chances.
no.
Much like jumping from one tree branch to another. You have forgotten that fact, perhaps as a result of the medicine, or as one of the side effects of shifting. Regardless, your memories have been kept firmly intact within the morphogenetic field. It is simply that the 6 of you regained the memories of those times. One small trigger, and the levee preventing you from remembering collapsed. Sean is a similar case. However, his thought center is located within the quantum computer, so I suppose it's slightly different from you.
What about me and Mira?
You are both like me, in that we do not have the ability to shift.
You don't?
I have another power instead. The power to mind hack.
Mind hack?
She takes in the middle of the match. And Register I
Thoughts
Deltas.
and ideas that go through their head. That's why I know exactly what Phi is trying to do right now.
That's not how you hold a gun.
Step away from that device, Phi.
Then, when we blocked the injection,
I saw through your ruse.
Then why did you...
I wanted all of you to play the final decision game.
The final decision game?
I find human decisions fascinating. More specifically, the world branching that occurs as a result. I already mentioned that I am unable to shift. But after looking inside millions of minds, I learned one thing. There are people in this world with the ability to jump between histories. That shifters exist. Hence, why I know so much about these parallel worlds.
You did all this because you were curious?
When a person does something significant, it's difficult to boil the reason down to one word. Their motives are often very complex. It is the same now. To fulfill several objectives, it was necessary to trap all of you in here.
So why did you do it?
You want to know? It is so you give birth to Phi and myself, Diana.
What do you mean?
Phi and I are the children of Diana and Sigma.
Phi is...
Wait. They're children?
November 16th, 2029. Phi and I were born in this shelter. This was another history, of course. Shortly after, the atomic data that makes up our bodies was transported to April 1904. The transporter was located in a German research facility at that time. Our bodies reconstructed and regenerated in the export pods at that facility.
But that would mean you're actually...
I'm 124.
You're joking.
But Phi is...
A German researcher sent her to 2008. Records indicate that she was part of an experiment.
you're saying Phi jumped back in time from 2029 to the year 1904, and then forward again to 2008?
Technically, what was sent both times was simply the data makeup of Phi's body.
I heard that in 2008, the device was being studied in an American facility.
That's when an old couple who were researchers took me in.
We've gone off topic. But yes, that was one of the major goals. Everything that occurred here helped create Phi and myself. And when I say that, I am including all of the other histories. If I hadn't trapped the group of you here, then Phi and I would have never been born in our current forms.
Current forms?
Sean, you should already know about epigenetics. You see, environmental factors determine which switches are activated within the genetic code. Reproductive cells are the same.
Thank you.
Or perhaps I should say that the reproductive cells are the ones most affected.
Oh, I I get it.
To quote
That's
Mira
why you
in
made
one of the
Diana and Sigma play
timelines.
the decision game.
What do you mean?
By backing them into a crisis situation, he caused an epigenetic change within their reproductive cells. I think that's why their children were born with unique powers.
Gold Star. This is the reason I have my mind-hacking abilities. Phi was affected as well. You were born a shifter. DT, do you recall what was written on your wall?
When a curious hate oozes calamity.
And rearranging the letters gives you...
No way. What you choose can materialize us.
Our decisions will bring you to life.
That is why the decision games were held. So that the Phi and me, here now, would materialize exactly the way we are.
No, but... Okay, so I get why you had to have Diana and Sigma go through life or death decisions. But the rest of us had nothing to do with...
You looking
I
for a
already
pick?
told you. My motives are complex.
Alright.
What? Wait, there's more?
Fuck you, you goddamn old man!
Fine, no!
I like how she's still so acrobatic, even without the move. Oh god, Eric has the gun! Also, she jumped clean over him.
It's over.
You may be right.
What?
Diana, take this. Put it in. Your bluebird, too.
It's ready.
Verified. Key items were set. Executing Force Quit program. 10 minutes until explosion.
Is Eric the only one other than Delta that uses the gun? Yes. He is the only one with a shotgun.
Oh no!
The hell? What is this?
Hey, answer me! What's with that announcement?
Must I explain? This shelter will soon explode. You've worked so hard, only to turn on this facility's self-destruct mechanism.
Sean, access the central control computer.
It's no use. Once the Force Quit program has been activated, there is no possible way for you to reverse it.
Then what can we do?
I will tell you two good things. First, I suggest checking behind the bar counter.
Oh.
No!
Why would you?
Gab's been...
He killed the dog!
Did you kill Gab?
Yes, with the shotgun you're holding. There wasn't much life left in him anyway.
You monster!
I never expected to hear that coming from you, Sean.
So what's the other thing? You had two things to tell us.
I have the ability to mind hack.
Thank you.
But I've not told you everything about it. Reading other people's thoughts isn't the only thing I can do with mind hacking. It only lasts a moment, but I am able to control someone's body as I wish. Like this.
Cool. Neat trick. What else do you... Oh, he's dead.
Eric! Why?
No, for real, my finger just...
Mind hacking.
Understand now. This is my power. So, let's begin. Your final decision game. You have two choices. One, to stay here and wait to die. The other is... The other is...
Shift. Oh, never mind, he died. Well, maybe not never mind, but he died.
Hey! What's the other option? What's the other option?
Man, if he was gonna tell us what the other option was, maybe he should have waited to tell us before making Eric shoot him.
Well, what should we do?
What about the X door?
And how exactly should we open it? Unless 6 people die, it's gonna stay closed. Or should we start killing each other now?
Mira?
She's like, I won't, I won't.
I have an idea.
Which is?
We're going to shift, all of us, together.
Hey, hold on. Like jumping to another history?
But Eric and
I'm sure it will be fine. Remember what I said? Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain.
Oh, yeah. You said if certain conditions are met, we can also...
What are the conditions?
First, you need to be exposed to danger. And the other one is...
To be in the vicinity of a group of shifters.
I get it.
We'll resonate, and then Mira and Eric can...
But which history are we going to jump to?
None of the similar histories will work. One team is likely to be dead after the vote.
And we can't shift if there are no bodies for us to jump to, right?
Then... we need to jump to where all of us are alive.
When we're all alive?
Do you mean...
The coin.
The history, where we won the coin toss.
3 minutes until explosion.
I'm not sure I get it all, but it's a good idea?
What are you saying? There's no way we could do that.
Why not?
Shift isn't simply jumping into bodies in different histories.
Our consciousnesses swap places. Ours for theirs.
We'll be forcing our other selves into these bodies, and they'll die without knowing why.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that?
What?
Well, they're all living without a care off in another history, yeah? One time, they do the coin toss once and win? Don't you think that's unfair?
Mira, you're saying they, but we're talking about ourselves here.
Well, we should consider if those people really are us.
Good point. If we assume that we here are the true versions, then the us in the other history are essentially strangers.
Even more of a reason not to.
If we shift to that history, then we're tossing the others under the bus to save ourselves.
The us in that history have done nothing wrong. I mean, the only thing they did was win at a coin toss.
Let's kill him.
You could say the same for us. The only thing we did was lose a coin toss. Even so, we've had to go through so much shit. We've been forced to put our lives on the line.
Besides, Aren't the bodies in the other histories ours anyway?
Then why should we second guess ourselves?
Huh.
1 minute until explosion.
We're out of time. I'll say it again. We have two choices. We can stay here and wait for our deaths, or survive by sacrificing our other selves in another history.
So that's what that bastard meant. The final decision game.
I like what you found though. It's pretty funny. Anyway, let's not shift. Just get all the timelines sorted out, yeah? Goodbye. Massive explosion. Oops. Oh well.
And more.
Oh, the loss of Junpei's jacket wasn't. Oh shit! I was distracted! Jumpy, you distracted me! It was a worthwhile distraction, but I'm sad that the loss of Junpei's jacket wasn't the winner. Cause I talked about this before. His original artwork, he has like a bomber jacket. And I guess they just couldn't make it work on his model, so they took it away from him. They couldn't get a puffy jacket to look good.
Damn, I can't remember anything.
Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but
Someone?
What kind of bet?
Did we all forget what happened?
Hey, could I ask all of you something? Who is this kid?
Rip to those guys. Anyway, we back. What's up? Oh, we all passed out. Unfortunate.
Did we do it?
We're not wearing the bracelets, so I don't know the time. But
It's because we're
Judging
too hot
by the
out here.
position of the
Yeah, we're in the.
sun, it's probably
We're
noonish.
it's noon in the
And the
middle of the
date?
Nevada desert.
How would I know?
Hey, Mira. Eric. Do you remember me?
Yeah.
I definitely remember you.
Then we really did.
Must have worked.
Life is unfair. Don't you think?
Gab!
You bastard.
Hi.
17 years ago, a snail traveled down a narrow path in the park. If that snail hadn't been there, perhaps all of you here would have lived a completely different life than you did. Just one small snail, and everyone's lives, even the world, changed.
So, what's the big deal?
Ugh, would you just quit talking nonsense?
I'm so glad you were safe.
Of course we were. You all have shifted in from another history.
Whatever. We gotta call the cops.
And what exactly will that accomplish?
Isn't it obvious? We're throwing you in the slammer.
And my crime?
Murder.
Murder? I see. But I haven't killed anyone. Specifically, in this history, not a single person has died. I strongly doubt the police would listen.
But in the other histories, you...
Kidnapping.
Did you not pay attention?
They all signed
I
up for the
don't have
decom
the
experiment.
ability to shift. The only reason I know anything of those histories is because I mind hacked you. In effect, the me you know is a different person from the one before you. Can I be charged for killing someone in another history?
Harboring a serial killer would do it,
So,
yeah. I
then
suppose,
I'd
yes.
say this world would be full of criminals of all kinds.
What about conspiracy to commit?
Yeah. I'm betting this history's got a bunch of dangerous machines and gimmicks all over the shelter.
Unfortunately, I have removed them all. You've slept for quite a while. Nothing is left in the shelter. No transporter, no quantum computer. Loaded into a truck and taken away. Sean is able to move right now due to radio signals received from a satellite. Why? Aren't you happy? I say again, in this history, not a single person has died. Phi and I exist, and there will never be an outbreak of Radical 6. There is only a bright future ahead for all of us. Is this not what you'd call a happy end?
Okay. Actually, no, I'll explain it after the credits.
But according to you, all of mankind will die if time passes and nothing is done.
A religious fanatic. A terrorist attack that sparks a nuclear war.
I heard this story. You said you released Radical 6 so that you could kill that person.
The me before you did not say that, but I can't deny it's true.
Radical 6 won't spread throughout the world in this history.
That means that fanatic guy won't die.
Wait, so now humans will go extinct?
Hey, where's that happy future you mentioned?
Interesting. Does that make you angry, Phi?
What?
If so, then we have a serious contradiction. I had prepared a future in another history where 2 billion would survive. But yet, you decided to jump to this history. That means you chose a future where humanity goes extinct, over 6 billion dead.
No, you're wrong, Delta. Nothing in the future has been determined yet. We'll shape the future with our own hands.
Huh. You said something I can get behind, Carlos.
I think so too.
I agree.
Okay, me too.
Mira.
You're right. The future has infinite possibilities.
If we work together, we can accomplish anything.
Humanity's gonna die out? Screw that.
We'll definitely change that horrible future.
What's so funny?
Just that.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm sure I told you in another history.
My motives are complex.
Imagine. What if none of you had experienced the events that occurred in the shelter? You're so determined now to change the future. One of the goals of all of this was to get you into that frame of mind. It's all going according to plan, without a single casualty. I created a future where mankind will be saved. Does that upset you? Are you angry that your life was played with? Very well. I will give all of you one last choice.
The only other gun in the game, which
With that
Mira
gun
had.
there, you will be able to choose whether to kill me now or allow me to leave. I promise I won't use mind hacking on you. You are free to decide. Which shall it be? Pull the trigger or let me go. The fates of you, me, and mankind are all on the line. This is the decision game.
Oh yeah, no, there was a gun in the yeah, cause that was a revolver. This is a handgun. I think we watched this once before. Oh no, you can't skip this one, because this one's the final credits. There's still a little more to look at. There are some files that will be unlocked after these credits roll that we will read through that give a little bit of game context as well as post-game context. Not too much, though. An amount. But this was supposed to be the final game. I don't think there was any intention of Uchikoshi to make a fourth, because he wanted to leave the third game open-ended. As to a what are they going to do now, which I appreciate. I think that's a fine way to end it off, because what can you do? What can you do at this point? Every single game tied into ultimately this moment. Hello, DC Douglas. So there's not really much more you can go off of. Unfortunately, due to how long it took for between VLR and Zero Time Dilemma, because Zero Time Dilemma almost didn't happen, there are still some things that Uchikoshi said would be answered that didn't end up getting answered. Unfortunate. he also made a couple of promises that didn't happen. Like, Snake was supposed to be... Alright, not Snake. Aoi. Santa. He was supposed to show up in the game at some point. I think it was him. It was him or Snake. It was one of the two. But neither of them did. So whichever one it was, it's not like that promise was upheld. But the way things worked out, I think it was fine. A couple of things. When Delta says that one singular snail impacted them at the start, where he talks about at the start of the game, where he mentions this lady goes on a jog, she sees a snail and takes a different path. Later she's found dead, and a man is wrongly convicted. He tries to get away before he can be caught. Or no, that's not it. He gets executed. It's found out that he didn't actually kill the lady, but a woman, his wife, commits suicide by causing a car crash, which kills a doctor that was heading to a surgery to save a young boy. That boy unfortunately dies. So here's how it goes. The woman that was killed was Eric's mother. The killer was Mira as a child. The wrongly convicted man was Akane's father. Her mother is the one who commits suicide. And the surgeon who perishes was the surgeon for the human boy, Sean, of which Sean the robot's entirely made up off of. There's a conversation where we first learn, where the player first learns, or Ken first learn, that Sean's name is Sean, and it's where the player learns that Sean is a robot. And Zero, because he actually speaks to Sean in person, with the getup on, I wanted to see the world of that boy. So the reason why Sean the robot is based off of Sean the human is because Delta knew and met Sean in that hospital. And that's the tie into that. As for everything else, that's kind of why all 9 of them are there. If Akane's parents didn't die, she wouldn't have gotten involved in the Nonary project, in which then she wouldn't have had to do the second Nonary game. Junpei wouldn't have been involved. Radical 6 wouldn't have broken out. Phi and Delta wouldn't have been born. Sigma and Diana honestly would have never really met. And Carlos' sister Maria wouldn't have gotten Reverie Syndrome, forcing Carlos to participate at DCOM. Basically, every single moment leading up to that singular snail is why all 9 of them are present in the decision game. We will jump to here. Coincide. Yeah, here we go. Cinema! The Sine Fata Deum Flecti Sperare Precando from the Aeneid. It roughly translates to fate, and the dooming gods are deaf to tears. Latin phrase 2, mor certa hora incerta. It translates to death is certain, its hour is uncertain. Plaudite acta est fabula. A familiar line from VLR. It translates to applaud. The play is over. Reverie syndrome, also known as the daydream syndrome. The brain cannot handle the amount of information entering the brain, and in effect shuts down. The cause of the syndrome is currently unknown. 6 billion Radical 6 death. Technically, Radical 6 did not kill 6 billion people. The spreading of the virus caused chaos and panic around the world, prompting the explosion of several nuclear reactors. It is those explosions which led to the 6 billion deaths. 2 to the 100th power is that really big number. Shift, the phenomenon which allows a person to send their consciousness to other universes and histories. It is an acronym for space-time human internal fluctuating transfer. I thought the line was even a play, no stupider. Ah yes, the Monty Hall problem, which we talked about it. Probability puzzle based off of a TV game show hosted by Monty Hall that is strongly divisive among scholars. The problem is as follows. 3 doors are before you. One hides a prize behind it, while the other 2 hide goats. The door with the prize is random and only known by Monty. Monty asks, which of the 3 doors will you open? You then pick a door, but it remains closed. One of the 2 remaining doors is opened, revealing a goat. It's possible both doors contain a goat, and you pick the door with the prize. But then Monty asks, now there are only 2 closed doors. Which one do you choose? Will you change your mind, or stay with your first choice? How should you answer? Monty Hall problem 2. You'd think there's no way to know which is right, but the chances are 2 to 1. The probability for either door is the same. However, this question will be answered in the game. The gas mask's location is completely random, therefore using probability to choose the correct locker may still result in getting the wrong one simply because of bad luck. Nucleus, central computer for the transporter, input pod, output pod, material tank, antidote hint. But what if you want the goat? Quantum computer. Computers function by storing data as 1s and 0s in a binary number format. Quantum computers store data as 1s, 0s, and a superposition of both. This allows them to run multiple computations simultaneously by performing them not only in our universe, but other universes as well. Incinerator. The discussion of incinerators. Gab letter 3. Free the Soul, a cult organization that desires to save mankind by creating their ideal new world. The head of this group is a mysterious figure called Brother. And hydrofluoric acid, leucochloridium, a parasite that uses snails as an initial host and then transfers to birds. Oh yeah, that. What if the snail mentioned in Zero Story had a leucochloridium inside? And then Spindocor, it's all the stuff about the controlling people. Okay, DCOM's management. DCOM is not a government-run facility, but is privately owned by a company researching space development. The company is largely owned by Free the Soul, but that detail is kept hidden from all knowledge. And then metempsychosis. If metempsychosis really exists, what are the chances you are an intelligent life form in your next life as opposed to everything else? Yeah, rats aren't afraid of cats. Taking a number of things into account, everything else has a much greater chance. But if you were reborn as a duck, frog, or even a paramecium, there'd be no way you'd be able to know and recognize your own existence. In effect, it's not any different from being a sponge or a rock. That being said, rocks and sponges don't have wills of their own, aside from a few notable exceptions, so you wouldn't care about your next life. Why would you? Oh shit. I accidentally pressed B. Metempsychosis 2. An example, you're in a totally dark room with a die in front of you. If you roll 1, the light turns on, but any other number keeps the light off. You can roll it as many times as you wish. So what will the dice number be when you see it? 1, of course, because you can't see any other result. Another example. The whole world and everything on it stops in the next second. Exactly a minute later, disregarding who would be the one timing this, it all starts up again. No one will even notice that time stopped. In other words, there's no point to considering that 1 minute, as you can't say that it even existed. It's the same as being reborn a duck, frog, or yellow sponge, the die in the dark, and the halted world. There are scholars who claim that if metempsychosis is absolutely true, you're guaranteed to be reborn as an intelligent life form. It's possible this is a result of the observable selection effect, an aspect of the anthropic principle. Crash Keys. A secret organization created by Akane Kurashiki. Their ultimate goal is to create a better future. Akane's brother, Aoi, is second in command and is assisting her from outside. Latin phrase 4. Staba Mater Dolorosa. From a Latin hymn, it roughly translates to "The sorrowful mother stood." Language center. The popularly held belief is that our language center resides in the left side of the brain, but recent research has revealed that the side differs among individuals. Roughly 30 to 50% of those with their language center in the right hemisphere end up left-handed, while only a small percentage are right-handed. The side containing the language center is called the major hemisphere. I pressed B again. Multiverse and the Single Path 1. Video game structure can help explain. Protagonist P travels down a road until he reaches a three-way fork. You, the player, choose the left path, and P ends up abducted by terrorists and holed up in an underground cell forever. You try a second time by selecting the right path. You avoid the terrorists, but P is hit by a truck and permanently handicapped. Getting annoyed, you sigh and go back to choose the last route straight down the middle. P comes across a man attacking a girl from an affluent family and fights him off. The girl and P fall in love, get married, and live together happily. By this point, the game is mostly over. It is this ending that is considered the best end. But is it really? Taking the multiverse theory into consideration, the P who chose the left path must think, why am I not the P who chose the center path, and instead stuck in this cell? But if there's only one world, then LP's history disappears once P chooses the center path. Some of you may be thinking, then why isn't it just a straight road? But it's not that simple. What about what happens with the P who picked the right path? He gets into an accident, but after extensive rehab wins a gold medal at the Paralympics. He marries a beautiful wife, has several children, and by the time he's old, there are many grandchildren too. So consider again, if the world is one single path, what about our P's life? Where did his glory go? What about his happiness with his family? If the only one who remains is CP with his rich wife, is that a true happy end? And then search the family portrait. Here's the actual times that everyone was awake and asleep. C-Teams was the only time that was actually correct when they looked at their bracelets. Pretty cool. Where the air ducts go. Warrants C, Q, and D being in the same space means the air ducts in the prep room and lounge don't lead to other wards. Inside is simply a small space for Gab, where he often rests on a rug. Robot's name. The robot with a round helmet on his head is named Sean. He has never been called anything other than that by those in the underground shelter. Latin phrase 5. Audentem forsc venisc in ivet. A phrase from Ovid, it roughly translates to both love and luck help the bold. Murder 17 years ago. Here we go. 17 years ago, a young mother went jogging in the park. She reached a fork where she usually goes right, but on this day she decided to go left. Why? Because there was a snail on the path. No one knows why she avoided the snail. Was she afraid of them? Or felt a sense of danger from it? Whatever the case may be, the snail caused her to switch to the left path. As a result, she was killed by a girl. The suspect, who was taken into custody, a Japanese man, was not the culprit. He was falsely convicted and executed, and his wife committed suicide in her grief. The two left young children behind. The convicted man called a taxi before his arrest, but the taxi ended up picking up another fare instead, a brilliant surgeon. However, the car became involved in an accident, killing the surgeon as well as the young boy, who was waiting for an operation by the surgeon. If that snail hadn't been on the right path 17 years ago, what would have happened? Life is simply unfair, don't you think? Anagram. Post-apocalypse. This must be fate. Fate? Diana smiles weakly from the bed at Sigma's question. Don't you remember? You told me that yourself. Me? I never said it. If it really was me, then... Yes, the Sigma who is 67 inside. Diana shifts her frail hand closer to Sigma, and he gently grasps it between his own. The Sigma for her is not the one who is trapped in the shelter. It's the same body, but a different consciousness. On April 13th, 2029, Sigma was at the headquarters of Crash Keys, his ion arms replaced with robotic ones. There, the young Sigma returns to his body from 45 years in the future and begins to carry out Akane's instructions. How many years has it been here since you came... how many years has it been since you came here, Diana? A little over 3, I think. I followed you here in May 2029. A violent coughing fit takes over after she speaks. Sigma helps her sit up and softly pats her back until it subsides. Why didn't the medical pod work? I told you. It's fate. Diana's skin is deathly pale, but her eyes still shine with life, just like a child's. I've always dreamt of coming here. Did you know that Diana is the name of the goddess of the moon? I've wanted to do this ever since I was little, so I'm perfectly fine with dying here. What are you saying? been able to spend the last 3 years living with you, Sigma. I've treasured every moment. Sigma lowers his head, his expression pained. Please don't make that face. You don't need to be sad. In the year 2074, you will shift back to Christmas 2028, and the next day, old me will head to the decom facility in the Nevada desert and meet you. Diana nods. Sigma closes his eyes and shakes his head. That's not it. I mean, I'm in love with the you. His declaration stops as Diana's lips close over his in a kiss, and the rest of his words are lost. After a moment, Diana murmurs, "It must be a wonderful future. Future where we found each other in 2028. Sigma holds on to her tightly, aching, heartfelt sobs echo within a cold, silent world. The other Phi. Baby Phi was indeed transported from 1904 to 2008, but Phi also remained in 1904. Whatever happened to that Phi? Rumor is she became a brilliant scientist and worked at a research facility in the US well into her 100s. The facility was researching the transporter, and that's where Phi from 1904 is sent. Phi raised herself. That's basically what that means. Post payoff, Carlos. The day is bright and clear. A girl with a white dress strolls along the beach, the wind tossing her long, blonde hair playfully. Up until half a year ago, she had been confined to a bed. Carlos's eyes still tear up every time he sees her smile. Come on, Carlos. You don't always have to help me. That's the point of my rehab. Oh, you're right. Sorry, Maria. Carlos brushes her hair out of her face. It's definitely not the summer sun that's making him act out of sorts. It's the fact that his sister was here, standing before him. Maria grins up at him. What would Akane and Junpei say if they saw you being all fussy like this? It's fine. They understand how important you are to me. Both you and Junpei put your lives on the line. It was a different history. Going through that means we now know how to treat Reverie Syndrome. I can't believe we have the ability to jump through space-time. I'm just glad you're able to control it now. It's all because Carlos met Akane and Junpei that Maria was able to recover. He wishes he could show them just how well she's doing. You're thinking about them right now, aren't you, Carlos? What makes you say that? Because you're smiling. Carlos closes his eyes as his unconscious smile turns fond. They're just about your age. Kinda feels like I gained a brother and another sister. You are going to their wedding, aren't you? Yeah, you're coming with me. There's something Carlos needs to do first, back when the three of them parted ways. I'll be waiting to hear word from you when you locate that terrorist. Carlos held his right hand out toward Akane and Junpei. The other two grabbed onto it with their own. There's no way of knowing if Delta was telling the truth, but if he was, one fanatic would kill off all of humanity. Akane and Junpei vowed to find this person, and Carlos offered to help. You can still feel the strong bond between the three of them, their hands clasped together tightly. I suppose I better get used to talking more before the wedding, huh? Holding her hair out of her face, Maria reaches out to her brother, takes her hand in his, and they continue walking down the beach. The same blue sky above them stretches over friends Carlos knows he can rely on. Payoff! Akane and Junpei won! Junpei sits upon a white sofa somewhere within the secret location of Crash Keys, twiddling a pen and sighing. What else should I say? Laying on the table in front of him is a half-written letter. Suddenly, Akane pops up behind him. What are you doing, Junpei? She playfully teases. Ah! Junpei dives for the letter, but she snatches it from his fingers and begins reading. Let's see. Carlos, without you, Akane and I would have never gotten together. Thank you. Is this an invitation to the wedding? No, it's most definitely not! He makes a grab for the paper, but Akane quickly moves it out of his reach. Oh, it's just a progress report, Junpei mutters. Okay, yeah, I mentioned the wedding, but the date hasn't been set yet. I made a promise, to you and your brother. Wouldn't get married until we've dealt with the fanatic. Akane's face flushes bright red. She hastily hides her face behind the letter and goes back to reading. I'd like nothing more than to get the approval and blessing of our old friends, those of you who we met 6 months ago. Eyes wide, Akane glances up at Junpei. He avoids her gaze, awkwardly scratching the back of his head. You know, there's a history where I keep searching for you, even after I'm old and craggy. It still exists out there somewhere. And when I think of that, a sharp pain jolts through Junpei's face. Akane is pinching his cheeks. Ow! That hurts! What are you doing? To prove to you that this isn't a dream, Akane giggles. You still can't believe we're together like this? Junpei shakes his head. You've changed a lot, Junpei. Half a year ago, you were never this honest. It's like... how do I describe it? Like a dream? Huh? Junpei leans in and quickly pinches Akane. Oh, now you've done it! She darts forward and goes after Junpei with both hands, getting in a pinch wherever she can, and Junpei does the same. Once they start laughing, it's very hard to stop, and they keep going until they're out of breath. I guess this is all thanks to Carlos, too. That's why I'm writing that thank you letter. On Akane's left hand, a ring glitters on her ring finger. Sean, Eric, and Mira. Hey, Mira, how are you feeling? Are you lonely? Come on, Eric. You visited last week. Eric smiles wryly and reaches out to Mira with his left hand. Mira does the same, and their hands with matching silver rings align on either side of the plexiglass window. I brought a new guest to see you today. Eric shifts to the side and a head pops into view. Hi, Amira! Long time no see! It's... Sean, right? Yep, I'm happy you remembered. Behind Mira, the sun is shining through an iron-barred window, lighting up the visitor room. It's been a long time, Sean. It's good to see you. The smile that appears on her face is real. Mira no longer needs to plaster on a fake one. When I heard you turned yourself in, I was really surprised. Eric was the one who convinced me. He said I should pay for my sins so we could be together. So that's why you got married in jail. Eric ducks his head shyly. Are you sure you're okay with this? Mira asks. He looks at her in confusion. Eric smiles personiforally. Don't you regret marrying me? I did carve your heart out in another history. Isn't that what you said, Sean? Yeah, you did. Eric looks Mira straight in the eye. I've already told you this a bunch of times. I forgive you. No matter what happens. Besides, you haven't killed me in this history yet, right? Yet. Mira's lips twist wryly. But the Heart Rippers killed people already. So many. Sean, stop it. Eric turns angrily on Sean, and Mira's face falls into a frown. Sean continues speaking. You turned yourself in, Mira, but that doesn't mean you've paid for all the crimes you did. I doubt the family and friends that were left behind would forgive you even if you were put on death row. There's no way you can clear your sins here. Mira grits her teeth. But there is a way to clear them. Well, not what you've already done, technically. You'll have to pay for those your whole life. That will never change. But maybe you can in another universe. Suddenly, Sean's fist crashes through the plexiglass window. Ah! Mira jumps backward while Eric is frozen in shock. What are you... Eric can't even finish speaking before Sean moves, jumping through the broken window. He kicks the outside wall of the visitor room, causing it to crumble and reveal a giant hole. An alarm immediately starts blaring and police officers rush into the room, but Sean darts forward and takes them all down in a blink of an eye. He holds his hand out to Mira. Let's go! Go... where? I know where the transporter is being stored. You're saying we should go change history? Or that's Eric. Eric finally stutters. Sean nods. To stop young Mira from committing murder. Mira, I'm pretty sure that's the only way you can clear your sins. Mira stares out through the hole in the wall at the horizon extending beyond. And that's everything. Everything else is yes. Note how it left whether or not Carlos shot Delta open-ended. Like, it doesn't confirm if Delta is alive or not in any of this. It's just kind of showing, post everything. Give or take a few details. Set, like, 6 months from the course of the game. But yeah. Global flowchart. Here is everything. So there's your timeline. A lot to take in. And of course, the specific scenarios. Timelines. But yeah. That's everything. A pretty wild ride, I'd say. And only roughly a bit longer than the previous save file, in which I wasn't talking. And screwing around. And then the extra 20 to 30 minutes reading those post-game files led into being a little less than an hour longer than the initial. So yeah, this game is a lot shorter. But hey, that's all of Zero Escape. That's pretty exciting. So that was Zero Time Dilemma. And with that, I think it's time we say goodbye to YouTube. We went a little over, but it's 9. So goodbye, YouTube. Farewell. And goodbye, Zero Escape.